breaking terms of service. So you can share the account that way.
Huh.
It took those, Trey, Toothy, and the other one, 6.
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule. Hella, what's my one simple rule?
Listen to Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except, with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental dismemberment.
Very helpful. Thank you.
You're gonna be fine. Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around. Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Not untrue. A shame we won't find any down here. But the metal deposits alone should pay for our own helium. Hell, after this, we'll have enough jump fuel to bounce from one end of the settled systems to the next.
Hey, more minerals, more money. And so the cycle repeats itself. Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for rune space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far. I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promises, promises.
Okay, let's see what we've got. How are we on time?
A little longer. Grab some samples?
Always. But not you. Check on Isabel. Make sure she eases up on the breach. I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
Roger that.
Remember, Dusty, keep your breathing steady, and never take that helmet off down here. Oxygen processors don't extend this far.
Yeah, because God forbid we drill on a rock with breathable atmosphere.
Know what I love about working in Freestar Collective space? Fewer regs. A job like this in the United Colonies? Huh. Free of red tape. Look at this one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up! Benny, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go!
Yeah. Hey.
What do we say, Dusty? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exception. Come on, kick it out. Troy, what's the yield?
Minimal at this point. Occasional glimmer. No ma'am. Tuesday's worth of squeeze.
Okay then. Let's call this a cut. What if you over that weekend? Dusty, you're up. Grab a cutter and mine what you can. Metal deposits are in that cabin. I'll shout out when I need you.
You think we'll be done here soon? I'm busy. Is there anyone else to bother?
You're ready, boss. Get back up here.
Glad when we're
Come
off
on.
this rock.
It's time. You're with me.
And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Standard reading of clean break. Shut it down.
Let's go! Hella, get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after, it'll read as an anomaly. That's what I'm told.
Okay, now you're starting to freak me out.
Dusty, snap out of it.
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You were a good find when we hired you. Former military always knows how to get the job done. Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way, then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened? Huh. Well, you passed out, that's for sure. Everything else, probably just your brain playing tricks. Either way, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Huh. Sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. We'll be... Speak of the devil. Our constellation contact is on approach.
Wait, the Explorers group? I thought they were kind of a joke.
Not a joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation. Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, but come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Not to them, apparently. All right, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet on.
Barrett?
Man,
Been a long time.
yes it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new guy found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal. And no, Barrett, not cool. He passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right, cowboy? Went on a trip, huh? That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Barrett?
Holy shit! That's the Crimson Fleet!
Just like the emergency drill! Go! Go!
Come on! I can't say! You're gonna pay for that!
Oh my god!
That's a fix! You can go! Heavy fire over here! Keep your heads down! Oh my god! I'm gonna make a break for it!
This attack better not be coming out of our pay. Did you see Lynn? Ran straight at those pirates like it was nothing. Of course Barrett was being followed.
Now, that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now. Marvelous.
Oh no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but he's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as he touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal.
Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get him to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time. Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? See, that's the problem with the settled systems. Too easy to take everything for granted. While everyone else is busy playing politics, we're the ones braving the unknown, charting the vastness of space. Without us, the galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out. Come on. You really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? Because if you didn't notice, we've all been handling it since with no problem. The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take, and you're part of it now. Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had. And Vasco, don't let him break my ship.
Captain, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties. Shields ready. The rest is up to you. Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems, and we'll be on our way. Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control. Let's go over the engines. You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear. We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective. If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
Grab drives out. You're done.
Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains. Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
How'd that old chunk of yours make it this far, huh? Grab shot. Not like we're running anyway.
The amount of Crimson Fleet hostility has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We will need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates. surface. I'll follow you from here on out, Captain. According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction. Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable. fleet is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent. These are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility. I believe the enemy is nearby.
Tighten up!
You're trying to kill me, but I am not technically alive.
The terror morphe is loose! I repeat, the terror morphe is loose! Do not engage! If you can reach Oh, man! That was the best! Classic United Colonies. Put something in a cage until it kills you. One more time!
like that. I heard something. I know it.
Performance in that conflict was beyond adequate.
I knew I'd find you.
I have found the enemy. Peace is no longer a viable option.
Good. Way over ahead. Go. You are mine.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of the memorandum inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal property rights.
Now I'm setting up my screens. I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't. I had to get a screen to replace the one that put. You don't realize how used you are to a big screen. Like it's. Yeah, I'm setting it up right now. Like the NVIDIA settings, the control panel, registering the 2K and everything. So yeah, it's not plug and play like the old days. You gotta. Well, it would be if it was one screen, right? When I was putting my mouse cursor through one side of the screen, it was showing up on the wrong screen, and it wouldn't go all the way through to the third one, and yeah, all kinds of weird shit. So I had to go in and it's the same size, and the curvature is the same. Everything, like pretty much everything, the same, except for the button controls on it. It has a one knob that like you push in and you up, down, side to side on it on the back, but the power is still on the bottom. It used my old one. It used to have buttons all across the bottom. It has way more settings than the other one had. And in game mode, I have the choice of selecting 120, 144, or 165 hertz at 2K. So I've locked it right now at 120. We'll see how that goes, and then maybe I'll check 144 later or 165. But right now I'm going to lock it at 120 just to see how it does. Because it gives you the option of lock, auto select and lock, or just pick and lock. So I locked it at 120 for now just to see, because I also got to make sure it doesn't kill my graphics card too, right? Especially with two side panels. Now the other thing is if I go above 120 or at 120, my two side screens still will do 75 hertz. If I go to 144 or 165 on my main 2K screen in the middle now, the two side ones in the settings will drop to 60 hertz, which I really don't care because it's for maps and side things. It's not actual game, right? So it won't affect the game. Graphics card? Depends on how far you want to go. Because I'm going to be getting my wife one as soon as I get this paid off. Because I'm still trying to pay down my. No, no, the power. No, everything was overkill when I bought it. The power supply was way more than needed. It's like 850. It was recommended 500. So she's got the R7 260X AMD card. Remember that one? When I got it? So I was looking it up to stay within somewhat of the same specs. A little less power consumption, actually, but for everything else, a lot of it would be same spec range. But the improvement in performance, going by Tom's Hardware and Hardware Compare, one site says 162%, the other says 173% difference in performance. Power consumption wise, 35 watts less. And outside of that, there's no real big difference. Just like it is faster computing, faster RAM, and whatever else have you. Also, due to the smaller chip size, nanometer wise, whatever, which is microscopic anyway, it runs cooler. It runs at the one I was looking at runs at 92 degrees Celsius, whereas the one that was in there that just fried is supposed to run at 97. So I'm going to go from the R7 to 60X, which is in there, 4 gig card. And yeah, I'm not going like crazy like you said. I'm not going up into the 2000, 3000 series. It's not worth it. I was looking at an RTX 580, which is a huge upgrade from the one she's on or was on that fried. But it's nowhere near what we're at now. And it stays under 200. Plus, it gives her double the video RAM. Right now, she has no video RAM. She's using shared with the motherboard and Windows and everything. And there is a noticeable difference when that card gave out and she's running games and shit because it's sharing that RAM. Yeah, there's a noticeable difference in the speed and performance of the computer. So like I told her, probably next week I'm going to get, because I'll have this paid up. See, I'm trying to chip away at my credit card, but by buying this, that sort of threw that out the window. But because of the overtime I just did last week, when that comes in, that will cover this monitor, and then I'll get her the graphics card once that's paid off, so that billing wise, my card doesn't go up; it stays level or goes down a little bit. So yeah, I'm going with I'm staying with RMD or AMD because the motherboard is geared more to AMD anyway. It's an AMD board. So you get better performance overall just pairing the two, because they're both the motherboard and card are going to be the same manufacturer anyway, XFX. And it was a recommended one on OCN, overclock.net. When I put in all the information there, somebody said if it's already got it and it's already paired and it was built as a AMD tower, stick with AMD. And they were the ones that actually told me to go between. They told me not to go above an 800 on the RTXs, and to get some kind of improvement over what was there, don't go below the 450 to see a noticeable improvement from what she had. So I went basically mid to high with the 580. The next one down from that, I think, is the 565, and there's actually a huge drop in performance from the 565, the 580 down to the 565. And the 565 uses 25 more watts than the 580. So, and I've noticed that as time goes on, they use less and less power and less heat, eh? Technology is wonderful when it actually works. Yeah, I've been fucking around and looking at the specs, doing that and everything, and then today I went out and finally did the saw fitting above my garage. All except for one piece, because I ran out of fucking screws. I was too lazy to go buy some. I wanted to reuse what was in there. And yeah, sometimes old screws, when you're reusing them and you're using a drill, the heads tear off of them pretty easy. That was cue for you to laugh. Have you ever done that? Where the head's off a screw and you try to reuse them the same time? What? Oh, you got killed? Oh, similar to what used to happen to me when I was my push to talk was the same as Grenade and Tarkov in the beginning, and I killed me, Force, and Hill in the same room. Oh, when this thing showed up, the doorbell rang, and I had a feeling it was the monitor, so I went out, and my wife's standing there, and she's just looking at the box, looking at me. I'm like, okay, I'll get it. Come back in. And She's like, you suck ass. You can't just go with a smaller screen. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm the one that's gonna have to suffer doing the overtime to make up for this, so whatever. But surprisingly, considering the old one was a 1080p, and this is a 2K. This one has a few more settings. The curve is not as steep on the screen as the old one. This is 1500R. The other one was an 1800, so it doesn't curve as much. The depth in color and the sharpness in black is way better. And it's actually about $100 less than what I paid for the last one, which was 5 years old. Surprisingly. Back in a minute.
Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score. I'm not falling for that. Your ship is loaded, and we want it. So you got past a few rooks. Who cares? I'm getting that ship. Stop trying to confuse me. I've heard enough out of you. Kill them!
Captain, Protocol Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit. Nothing. You appear to be prioritizing your death over your own survival.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? Oh no, you see, we weren't really after Barrett. We're after that ship. Every Crimson Fleet rook hears about the Frontier. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays. The loot from 100 planets.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score. So you got past a few rooks. Who cares? Is that really how you want it? Bullshit. I've heard enough out of you. Kill them!
While I am programmed for combat,
Hello?
it is not my primary function.
What the fuck is a UAP channel?
Compromised.
Oh.
Go around! I'll cover you! Let's get out of here! You're gonna pay for that! You're dead!
I do not feel pain. We should now be free
There's
to
an
travel
issue.
to
Google and
consummate
Nvidia have worked together to turn the cloud full AI. They released a video, I don't know when this came out, but it's a little creepy. Google Cloud Next 2023. Ready to start building a new building on Google Cloud. And they're showing the they've worked with Nvidia and a few other companies. Vertex AI. I like the big fucking tech meeting they had at the White House, and it moved over to the Pentagon about a week ago with Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. There's a whole whack of them. All the leading tech giants and richest people in the world, not just from the U.S., but all over the world. There's a lot of names I didn't know. I had to look up. And they all came to the consensus, 46 of them came to one consensus that they all agreed on. AI should be regulated. It should be centralized to have one or two governments overseeing it, and the same rules apply everywhere so that it doesn't get out of hand. Well, Eh. Okay, I think I got all my color settings across all three screens now.
Captain, to reach the Lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colonies Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Hey, Bosco! What? Barry? Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again? And here's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship. And you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
You played Cyberpunk 2077, right? What did you think of it? I'm watching Cole Carnage. He hasn't played it in a while, but he's playing it now. Phantom Liberty? Oh, it looks fucking wild, but I don't like storyline gameplay. That's my problem. But it looks pretty fucking wild. To watch the storyline and everything, but to actually do it, I don't think I could sit through it. Yeah, that's what he was saying, that Phantom Liberty on hard settings, you go to a certain extent, you get the storyline to a certain point, and then after that, you change it how you want. By what tasks you do, whether it's a game-generated side tasks, this, that, the other thing, adventuring.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Fuck this! Like, I'm watching a bit of this here, and it's almost like watching the Matrix movie.
The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint. I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left, once you get into the plaza. Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility.
You see that scientist out in front of mast? Staring at trees? Sounds upset? Whatever it is, can't be that bad, right?
Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And Mr. Bosch.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. Clear.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District. The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power. We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been. Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Cadre, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Cadre?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us. Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. Fair enough, but you need a place to stay in the city, right?
Why don't you settle in here? We owe you that much. Come find me when you're ready. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but
Hope you've
I
got
feel like
your
if I
pen
did,
ready, Walter.
that would be a good time for
Bills
one.
to sign and all.
I suppose.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the
Progress
eye full time.
requires funding, I'm afraid.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I am at your service, Captain.
Sacred relics, recent?
You really aren't gonna let it go, are you? I'm so busy with our work here that I don't think about it much these days.
I know you too well to believe that. You've got to have a line on something.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy! I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
I'll be explaining the impact of every decision you make in Starfield's character creation, getting your new character's appearance in situations. Some backstories come where you can change your appearance later in the game at any point. Next, we need to pick your character's background. Now, your background will only give you a few unique dialogue options in certain situations. Some backstories come up more often than others. For example, Soldier came up quite often through the main questline and faction questlines. But overall, your backstory will come up quite rarely, and it doesn't actually do anything special. It really just adds some extra flavor text that characters will. These starting skills aren't going to matter much after 10 hours of gameplay, but here's some advice on the best 8 starting skills that I would get early on every single character playthrough. For combat, you only really need one combat skill to play through the entire game. The most efficient skill is ballistics, which increases the damage of every gun that does physical damage. I would, however, say that shotguns are the most powerful weapon in the game overall, and if you get ballistics and shotguns, they actually stack to do more damage. Now, as you're playing Starfield, you'll come across lots of locked containers and doors, and if you want to access everything the game has to offer, the security skill is a must. But the security skill needs to be leveled up in order to unlock the ability to open expert and master locks. The earlier you get it, the faster you can level it up. Every single lock you unlock will then progress.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. You've done this before, eh? Wise words. If we watch each other's backs, we'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
I am at your service, Captain.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
All your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy.
The well's been having brownouts all the time.
Sarah,
Mast
good to see
finally
you.
sent
Who's
someone
your
down
friend?
there, but
Hopefully Constellation's
Nothing's
newest
changed.
member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear. I guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Looks to be a stalemate. Maybe a little outside help would do some good.
You stay where I can see you, Marshal. Everyone stays in front of the building, you got me? If you make a move toward the building, a hostage dies.
You planning to tell me your demands at some point?
Here is a
Find someone we can trust, and maybe we will.
Like who?
Not you. not one of your rangers, and not these city guards, neither.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that? You need to stand back now. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please, stand back. And what the hell do you know about it? But all right, if you think you can do better, you're sure as hell welcome to try. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate. They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge. They want a neutral negotiator. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one. It might come to that, but first I just want you to talk to them. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
I sincerely hope you know what you're doing.
Hey, you in the bank. I'm sending in a negotiator, so don't shoot.
The Shaw gang's making fools of us all.
You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong. It's Jed. Jed Bullet. We'll cooperate when we get what we want. So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us? I heard that. Okay, so let's talk. We want to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it? Then persuade the Marshal that it ain't. This whole damn job's gone wrong. It was supposed to be just a quick hit. Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't know how much longer we can last. What do you mean? Sometimes bad things happen to innocent people. That's life. Part of me just wants to be rid of these people. But we need them right where they are. Marshall might take us down, but we'll take down some of his on the way. I promise you that. Nah, it's too late to back out now. We're seeing this through. You go tell the Marshal to get that ship ready so we can all walk away from this thing without anybody getting hurt.
Those guys are scared. I can tell.
You've got my girlfriend in there.
I heard every word. He's talking too loud. Sign of fatigue. All that fear and exhaustion are taking a toll. They're not thinking straight. That puts us in a very precarious position. Yeah. You're right. You gave those boys a chance, but now they have to lie in the bed they made. Problem is, they're keeping me and the guards in sight at all times. If we try to move against them, they'll see us coming. You'd be willing to do that? You've got guts, that's for damn sure. I can't deny that you're right, though. They might not see that coming. Now, I see two ways we can play this. You could ask to see the hostages. And once you're inside, you can make your move. If you're quick, I think you can take them out before they have a chance to respond. But you'll have to shoot to kill. There's also a back door. Most of their attention's focused out front here, so they may not be watching it as closely. This key should unlock it.
I'm sure everything will turn out just fine.
What the hell? I need some help here.
My friend, is how we do things on Jameson.
Thank you so much.
Stop, in the name of the law!
Amira Wolf at the Low House could really use someone helpful like you. After the job you did with the bank should be easy.
They've got the marshal by the balls. I heard the fight. The hostages, are they safe? That's good to hear. Those people aren't just citizens of the Freestar Collective, they're like family. We all are. As for the Shaw gang, we'll grieve for them too. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar Ranger material. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
Well done. Well done indeed.
Getting high gravity readings could make progress somewhat difficult.
So you want to come here for a half day?
Takes everything I've got to keep the low house open. It still doesn't feel like enough. Got a moment to hear about the low house? It mean a lot. Good to know there's still some folks who can take an interest in the welfare of others. The low house is a place where folks down on their luck can get a hot meal and a bed to sleep in. More importantly, they can do it with some dignity. No need to beg or steal. Everything's given with no questions asked, and no favors owed. I run the place. Have for years. But to do it, I have to rely on the kindness of others. Trying to, anyway. Look, I'll be honest with you. We get a little help from some other wealthier folks in the city. But it's barely enough. It takes credits to provide for those in need. And I'm hoping you'll be willing to contribute. If you can spare a few credits, it'll do a lot of good. Thank you. I don't know if you believe in karma, but I do. I think you just earned yourself some.
Press the level up of the skill, and the faster you level it up, the faster you'll be able to unlock those master locks. Next we have boost pack training. You can't even use a boost pack without this skill, but you only need 1 point into this skill in the whole game, and that alone is going to give you the best way to traverse those rocky planets, and it's really useful in combat as well. Next we have persuasion. Persuasion comes up all the time during quests, recruiting crew, and companions. And if you pick up this skill early, every time you successfully persuade someone, you'll be able to level up the skill. This will end up saving you a lot of credits and relationships. You also just get more complete interactions from different NPCs in the game. Piloting lets you unlock the ability to fly Class B and C ships, which are essentially just more powerful. This also means that you can steal a massive Class C ship and just take it for yourself. But it actually takes quite a long time to level up this skill, since you need to destroy a total of 50 ships to get it to the max level. I have a guide on how to level up all your piloting skills really fast at the start of the game, so make sure you check out the link below. It's actually very easy to miss the opportunity to do it, so I'd recommend watching that video next. Now, stealth in Starfield can be ignored completely, but without getting the skill, the little marker on top that tells you if you're hidden or detected won't actually appear. So if you're trying to steal something useful without triggering any NPCs, you won't know whether you're hidden or not. So for that reason, it can be quite useful to pick up at least 1 point in this skill early on. Now, weightlifting isn't essential, but it just lets you carry more items. Over-encumbrance is probably the most annoying thing in Starfield, and you'll be very thankful to just be able to carry more stuff. Finally, we have medicine. This makes your health packs heal even more, and it's leveled up by just using more health packs to heal yourself. Pretty much every character can benefit from using this skill. The other skills in Starfield are more specific, and they really depend on what you're planning to do when you play Starfield. But next, we have the most important part of this guide, the starting traits that you can pick in Starfield. Remember that you can't change these later, and we only get to pick 3 traits. If you're a completionist like me and you want to experience all the content that Starfield has to offer, I would pick the traits that add fun content to the game instead of the ones that just give you a buff and a debuff to your character.
I made it back.
Welcome back, Hill.
Goblin, you've been keeping crazy in line. I agree. Yeah, he did.